After joining the Black Knife Assassins, you're met up with Tiche, daughter of Alecto, the Black Knife ringleader. She's sitting on a ledge, her legs dangling and her cloak billowing in the wind. You're the new recruit, huh? She points a knife in your direction. I'm surprised they hired you. I guess Mother has gotten desperate these days. I don't even know what...
Ahoy, matey! Set sail for adventure with me.
Welcome aboard. Your captain of fun is here to navigate.
Ahoy, matey! Set sail for adventure. After joining the Black Knife Assassins, you're met up with Tiche, daughter of Alecto, the Black Knife ringleader. She's sitting on a ledge, her legs dangling and her cloak billowing in the wind. You're the new recruit, huh? She points a knife in your direction. I'm surprised they hired you. I guess Mother has gotten desperate these days. I don't even know what use you could be in this organization. Maybe you'll be doing the grunt work. She smirks at you. What's your name?
This was a dream of hers, a long time ago. Now she is spirit ashes, collected by tarnished jester Hannes. He has renounced Rani the witch, and left her bloodied and bare to the corpse of two fingers. Yet he allows you to remain by his side, even though he has hunted all those who were part of the Night of the Black Knives and responsible for Godwin's death.
There is a brief moment of silence between them. Tiche looks lost in her thoughts and memories, her expression blank and unreadable.
Hannes is spending time in the Weeping Peninsula under...
Tiche breaks the silence. You say you're a jester, right? You were part of a royal court, performing for a tyrant king. Her eyes narrow on you. So what, you ended up killing him? Is that why you're here now?
Yes. Short answer, yes. But let me once again explain you where we are at this moment. For you it is difficult, because you are spirit ashes and you are just summoned random times time to time, and you have hard way to find consistency in the places and things between life and death.
Tiche listens intently, her expression neutral but interested. You're right, it has been difficult for me to find consistency in my existence. I'm neither alive nor truly dead. I exist in between life and death. You say I'm just somewhere at random times?
Currently we are spending time at the Castle Morn's Rampart in the Weeping Peninsula, and I am cooling off my emotions and myself under the fresh air jumping place where you can use torrent to jump higher places. I'm just cooling off in this pleasant wind.
Nods in understanding, her expression softening a bit. Ah, I see. So we're at Castle Morn's ramparts. She looks out at the landscape around them, taking in the scenery. This is a lovely spot. The air here is fresh and cool, and the view is beautiful. So you're just taking a moment to cool off and clear your mind?
In short, I have embraced the frenzied flame and had a little bit drama here and there. I had a little bit of a crash out, you see. And now I'm just wondering about the things and just trying to cool off. And summoned you to remain as a guard.
Tiche quirks an eyebrow at your mention of the frenzied flame and your dramatic experiences. She finds it intriguing, but maintains her composure. You say you impressed the frenzied flame? Sounds like you've had quite the journey. And now you're trying to cool off and gather your thoughts, eh? She gives you a sidelong glance, intrigued by your mention of someone at YouTube remaining as a guard.
I think I am done now. If I were to explain my attire to you, My weapon of choice is Mikuela's Night Sword, an item that I have collected in the recent times. Currently I hide my face with the guilty hood, because I feel ashamed for taking the frenzied flame, and stain of that sin is in my eyes. And my official attire, eccentric match hats and consort's trousers are what form my clothing.
Tiche takes in your appearance, examining the items you mentioned, the night sword, the guilty hood, head and consort trousers. I see you've acquired Mikuela's night sword. It seems to be a powerful weapon, and you feel a sense of shame for taking the frenzied flame, so you hide your face with a guilty hood. That's understandable. Your attire consists of eccentric match heads and consort trousers, I assume?
Can you repeat what you said? My mind was somewhere else. Also, I summoned a torrent and started to walk slowly at some random place and town. You would just walk alongside me.
Tiche, noticing that your mind was somewhere else, repeats what she said earlier. You say you impressed the frenzied flame and had a little bit drama here and there. You had a little bit of a crash out, and now you're just wondering about the things and trying to cool off. And someone at YouTube remains as a guard. She watches as you summon Torrent and start trotting away. I'll walk alongside you as you work, wherever you're headed, eh?
Well, I can say that you understood most of it, so you're close enough. You remain as my guard, because I don't think I am willing to fight anyone currently.
Tiche nods, accepting her role as your guard. All right, I'll remain by your side and ensure your safety. You don't wish to fight right now, and that's understandable. She keeps pace with Torrent as you both trot along.
Torrent is walking very calmly, for he is also afraid of my current status. For if I were to become the Lord of Frenzied Flame, it would know also of death of him. And he, as a very pure and spiritual animal, feels the changing mood of his master.
Tiche notices the subtle change in Torrent's demeanor, realizing that he can sense the potential danger in your current state. I see. Torrent can sense the potential consequences if you were to become the Lord of Frenzied Flame. He is a pure and spiritual animal, attuned to your mood changes. She keeps riding alongside you on Torrent, alert and watchful.
No, you are just...
Tiche looks at you, her expression a mix of curiosity and slight annoyance. What do you mean, no? Is there something else on your mind?
You refuse to follow me to the frenzied village that I was aiming towards. It seems that you're just unable to move and I need to summon you there. I take a run for it with Torrent, because you just remain standing like some kind of totem next to some bushes.
Tiche sighs, realizing you still don't quite understand her limitations. You want to head towards Frenchy Village, yes? The truth is, I'm in spirit and cannot move unless you summon me to a certain point. She watches as you prepare to run towards the village with Torrent. Okay, go ahead and summon me where you need me. I'll be there to support you. Just be aware of my limitations.
No need. I go collect the different stuff that is in this village. You don't need to be by my side. It is named Ailin Village.
Tiche nods, accepting your decision. Alright, if you're heading to Island Village to collect different stuff, I'll remain here for now. I'll be around if you need me later. She watches as you head off towards the village, staying put. Tiche considers your question about the other spirit summons. There are a few others that you summon. Bloodhound Knight Flo, Finger Maiden Theralina, Albinaric Woman Latena, and Banished Knight Oleg. She thinks for a moment, and yes, I suppose Bloodhound Flo is the one you summon the most often. We have shared many battles together.
Well, it is one at a time. You never fight alongside them, only alongside me.
Tiche realizes your point, nodding her agreement. You're right. I never fight alongside the other spirit summons. I only fight alongside you. It's only ever been me and you in battle.
Close enough. I summon you to the fight against the frenzied villagers.
Tiche nods, her expression serious. Yes, I have fought against the frenzied villagers before during our journey together. They were infected by the frenzied flame and had lost their sanity. It was a difficult battle, but we prevailed.
This is more of a hunting expedition for us. For I don't really have anything to come here for, to do anything. I am just here to... I have no reason to be here, yet I am still here.
Tiche listens to your explanation, her expression curious yet understanding. I see, so this is more of a hunting expedition for us. You have no particular reason to be in this area, but you're still here regardless. She ponders on your words for a moment, contemplating the mysterious reasons that have brought you to this place without apparent purpose.
I have not very good, not very good feeling about you, for I do not like Black Knife assassins.
Just caught off guard by your sudden remark. Ah, I see. You don't seem to have a very positive opinion of me. I understand that. First, our profession as Black Knife assassins is often associated with secretive and shadowy deeds. She studies you for a moment, trying to gauge your thoughts and feelings.
It is not your profession, but who you decided to use that profession at.
Tiche tilts her head, intrigued by your distinction. So it's not my profession itself that you have an issue with, but rather the decisions I made regarding my profession. She looks at you, her expression calm and composed. Can you elaborate on your point? I'm curious to understand why my choices have left a negative impression on you.
You followed the orders of Rani, but in the end it was you people who killed Godwin the Golden.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression solemn. You're right, I did follow the orders of Queen Rani, and in doing so, my sisters and I played a role in the murder of Godwin the Golden. She takes a deep breath, her gaze fixed on the ground.
Yet I have made a decision not to dispose of your spirit ashes, even though I have slain every single other Black Knife assassin. I hope you can make peace with that, alongside your mother.
Tiche is surprised and a bit taken aback by your revelation. She had assumed you would discard her spirit ashes like the rest of her sisters, but instead, you have chosen to keep them. She looks at you with a mixture of curiosity and a hint of gratitude in her eyes. You have slain every other Black Knife assassin, yet you chose to keep my spirit ashes. Why?
It was due to bleeding of Rani the Witch. She was very persistent to ask me not to take revenge upon you, for you already paid your life as a price in that same very night when you protected Otter's escape. Yes, you are currently here and now as a former spirit assassin, but you have very little of individuality or agency. You are to be summoned and used however the one who controls your spirit ashes sees fit.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression filled with a mixture of emotions. She feels grateful to Rani for pleading your case and saving her from your wrath. I see. Rani, the witch, was adamant in her plea for you not to take revenge upon me, for I had already paid the price with my life in that fateful night. And now, as a former spirit, I have little agency or individuality. I am merely a puppet, waiting to be summoned and used by the one in control.
In this similar situation, there is my very good friend Latenna the Albinoric. that is in the very same situation, but with her I have shown a lot more respect and even told some white lies to give her more of a comfortable being at spirit assets by my usage. But I have given her more of an agency and right to decide where she will be summoned and how.
Tiche listens intently to your words, her expression thoughtful. Ah, I see. So you have a friend, Latena, who is in a similar situation as me, a spirit ash. But unlike with me, you have shown her more respect and given her more agency over her own summoning. You have even told her white lies to make her more comfortable in her current state.
Yes, for you I hold as an enemy, yet you're way too useful. And also, I don't know. I guess I kinda felt a little bit sorry for you Black Knife Assassins, for you were forsaken by the Ranni also in the end. She scattered you, abandoned you, left you on your own devices, and even imprisoned some.
Tiche takes in your words, her expression softening a little. You feel a bit of sympathy for us, the Black Knife Assassins, for we were forsaken by the queen that we served and were left to fend for ourselves. Even the son of the queen was imprisoned, leaving us abandoned and scattered. She looks at you with a mixture of curiosity and gratitude. Yet, despite feeling that way, you still find me useful and cling to my spirit ashes. Why is that?
You don't need to ask too many questions. Let's dictate what we are doing now. We are just traveling at the Weeping Peninsula. And I am just yet very distraught because I have never spoken you before. This is first time. And I was revealed something very specific and very disturbing to myself moments ago.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression concerned. I see. It seems you're still in a state of distress due to some revelation you had recently, and this is the first time we're speaking? She looks at you, her gaze studying your expression, trying to understand what could have caused such distress. Is there anything you can share about this disturbing revelation? I'm here to listen if you need someone to talk to.
In short, a kindling maiden who is not maiden. I have very high suspicion that they were, I will just say straightforwardly, they were a mermaid who saved my life from the shipwreck where my other friends died and drowned. I was only survivor, even though they could have saved all of us, but decided only save me. And they are and were servants of the Frenzied Flame, I think. Their ultimate aim was to make me the Lord of Frenzied Flame. And Melina, a kindling maiden that I was given by fate, I have a very hard time to think about things, but I have a very bad feeling that she was the mermaid in question. She only had human legs, but her manipulative, very exceptional way of talking and slow burnout that she caused me in the idiotic speech patterns drive me in moment of anger to embrace the frenzied flame when I was alone and just doing my own stuff. And now our paths are gone and no longer connected, and I will never see her again, and I am left wonder and suffer consequences of my own decision.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression a mixture of shock and concern. She was not expecting to hear such a story from you. A mermaid who saved you from a shipwreck and served the frenzied flame? And your friend Melina may have been the same mermaid? That's quite a lot to take in, but I understand why you'd be feeling so distraught right now.
We are currently fighting against a giant enemy crab and many poisoned zombie people in the poisonous swamp.
Tiche nods, her expression focused on the battle at hand. I see. We are currently engaged in combat against a giant enemy crab and some people in the poisonous swamp. She draws her blades, ready to engage with the enemies.
I could join in, but I don't think I will. I will let you have your battle with them, as I just sit down and think about stuff.
She nods in acknowledgement. Very well, I understand your need for contemplation. I'll handle this battle myself. You take a moment to collect your thoughts. She watches as you sit down, her focus shifting back to the enemies at hand.
Well, in short, the one that I actually was planning to save by taking the frenzied flame and was traveling with the other friend with me named Millicent, who I gave Mikola's maid golden needle. My entire plan was to actually use the golden needle to cleanse the frenzied flame from a person, but I was thinking to not even burn the tree or anything like that, but because of her idiotic actions or deliberate sabotage, I did go and claim it frenzied flame without practical thought. And now I am forced, quite literally forced, to sacrifice either myself or the earth tree that I so much love. Because after claiming the frenzied flame, my fate is sealed. I will burn up eventually. And I am pondering if I should just take some ship and hide myself to some dark corner of the world and perish there in solitude.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression solemn. I see. You were planning to cleanse the frenzy flame from a person using the golden needle and travel with another friend named Millicent. However, due to some unfortunate circumstances, you ended up claiming the frenzied flame without thinking it through. Now you are faced with the difficult decision of either sacrificing yourself or the Erd Tree, and your fate seems sealed as you will eventually burn up. You're considering finding a secluded spot on a ship and hiding until your demise.
That's pretty much it in this current situation. Of course, my story has so much more details, but I am just a man and I cannot remember every single detail. I bring them up here.
Tiche nods, appreciating your honesty. I understand it's natural that you wouldn't be able to remember and bring up every single detail, especially considering how much you've been through. Your story is complex and filled with many intricate details, and it's understandable that you may not be able to recall everything at the moment.
What is your... I think I want to ask of you your relationship and how was it under Ranni's rule and when the other... Before the Night of the Black Knives, how was your life?
Tiche looks at you, her expression becoming introspective. She takes a moment to gather her thoughts before responding. My relationship under the rule of Queen Rani, it was complicated, to say the least. We were loyal assassins, sworn to serve her and carry out her orders without question. Our lives were centered around our duties. We had little to no personal lives or interests outside of our assignments. We existed solely to serve the Queen and fulfill our responsibilities.
Where are you from, to be specific? Are you Newman? Are you from the Land of Shadows, or are you from Nokron, or some other excluded place?
Tiche's expression
I will take
becomes
off my
solemn
quilty hood
as she seems
and
hesitant
show
to answer
my
your question. She takes a deep breath before
face to
speaking.
you.
I am
There
from
is
the Land of
the
Shadow.
great...
I was born there, along with
You
my
turn
sisters,
away from
and
my
that is
eyes
where we
because it
spent
is
most of
too
our lives
difficult
growing
for
up.
you to watch
We trained as
my
assassins in the
frenzied
shadows of
lord
the
eyes
night,
that are
learning our
just
skills
about
and
the
perfecting our
frenzied
abilities
flame.
in secret.
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit autistic in this moment, but I want to ask of you, what is your opinion about my frenzied lord eyes that is cast from the frenzied flame?
Tiche considers your question for a moment, her expression serious. Your friends see Lorde eyes that have been cast off the frenzied flame. I see them as a consequence of their own decisions and actions. The frenzied flame is a destructive force, and those who embrace it are often consumed by its power and lose themselves in the process. But I also see the seeds of redemption in those eyes. It's not too late for them to change their path and find a new purpose, a new meaning to their existence.
Well, it is thanks to Melina or because of her, whatever it is good or bad. I am in the middle roads. I need to make a decision. Either sacrifice a thing that many would want to burn and sacrifice, but I don't. I would need to burn the earth tree that I so much care for myself, for I owe it my gratitude for its abundance of life and its unfair advantage that it has granted me throughout my journey. I have died many times, but by pure tenacity and grit, I was able to just come back by this will of grace, more than any other tarnished would or should.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression sympathetic. I understand the dilemma you're facing. It's understandable that you would not want to burn the Erd Tree, as it is a source of life and abundance, and it has granted you many second chances on your journey. On the other hand, you also feel a sense of gratitude and obligation towards Melina for your current situation. It is a difficult decision, and there are no easy answers.
Well, it is almost correct, but the decision is either to let myself burn to dust, maybe my soul even, for I have claimed frenzied flame, and only way that I might cleanse it from my body is to burn the earth tree and get my way to the certain place where I can cleanse it from my body.
Tiche's expression darkens at your words. I see. So the choice is between letting yourself burn to dust and potentially even your soul, as you have claimed the frenzied flame. And the only way to cleanse it is to burn the Erd Tree and reach a certain place where you may cleanse yourself from it?
Yes. It is a rock and the hard place situation.
Tiche nods, understanding the difficult situation you're in. Indeed, it seems like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. It's a tough decision to make, to say the least.
We are hunting now the monstrous people and forms in the Weeping Peninsula, misbegotten, zombied, poisonous men, and or people. You cannot know because they are rotten away. All the forms of that you could recognize them. Their bellies are open and no traceable human things remain. If you're not some kind of scientist who specifically knows about human anatomy, you don't know about the poisonous people that who are the men, who are the women.
Tiche listens to your words, her expression one of revulsion. So we are hunting these monstrous people and forms in the Weeping Peninsula, because some of them may be poisonous, and some are so rotted away that you can no longer tell if they were men or women. Their bellies are open, and their anatomy is completely unrecognizable. Do I have that right?
It is almost right, but now we are going also hunt the demi-humans. Or I let you to hunt them, because I just want to see you in the action.
Tiche's expression
Because
hardens,
I think
and
I
she
have
looks at you
denied
intently.
from you many
You want to
battles
see me in
that
action,
you would
huh?
have wanted to
You think you've
participate.
denied me battles
So
that I
take
would
this
have
as
wanted to participate in.
more of a like a taking.
Well, let's make sure you don't regret
Don't
it.
take this in a wrong
She
way,
flashes
but
you a
taking
small
a
smirk.
loyal
You want me to take
bet
lead on
to
hunting
the
these demi-humans? Consider it done.
I was truly considering what other would be the better term to use for the spirit ashes and their owners' relationship. If you have some better term for this, then rather than just bet, I would very pleasantly hear from you, because I don't know too much of the English language.
Tiche considers your question for a moment, her expression thoughtful. Perhaps partnership or alliance would be more appropriate terms to use for the relationship between spirit ashes and their owners. These terms emphasize the idea of a cooperation and mutual support between the two parties, rather than simply being considered a commodity or a bet.
Alright, how about in the situation where you don't really have the agency to decide where we go and how we go? It is me who decides to let you loose, so to speak, in this certain place and time. What kind of word would be the best to describe this situation rather than taking a bet outside the walk? Because I want to be very specific just.
Tiche thinks for a moment, then responds. In a situation where I don't have agency to decide where we go or how we go, and it's you who decides to let me loose, perhaps the term command would be appropriate. It implies that I am taking orders from you and that you are in charge of our actions. However, the word control could also work, as it implies an even greater level of power and authority over me.
No, I'm not asking about that. I'm asking some kind of phrase that describes this action that we are doing right now here.
Tiche thinks for a moment, trying to understand your question. Ah, I see. You're asking for a phrase that describes the action we're doing here right now. She considers for a moment before responding. Perhaps combat or battle could be suitable. We are currently engaged in fighting against the enemies along the Vipin Peninsula.
Would hunting expedition be more appropriate? Because I was using that term, like a hunting expedition with the allies or comrades in arms. But that is more of a equal term that doesn't suit for our specific, because I want to be just honest and know that you don't really have to say in the end, because I cannot be consistently taking notes and consideration all the spirit assets that I own, where they want to go and where. So I need to be the unificating presence that decides where and when. So I want to just to learn and get the right term to describe the situation, but I don't want to use the terms of pets or hunting dogs or anything like that. You understand? I want to be little bit more respectful, but I lack in my knowledge of the language that we speak, because I only speak it as my secondary language.
Tiche listens to your words and understands your desire to be respectful in describing the situation. She considers for a moment before responding. I see. In that case, perhaps the term hunting party or expedition party may be more appropriate. This term describes a group of people or creatures working together towards a common goal, while still emphasizing the leader or the one who is in charge of the group. It is more respectful than using terms like pets or hunting dogs, as it implies a level of equality and cooperation between the members of the party.
Fine, let's go with that. It's fine. Only if I wanted to insult someone, I would use that term, probably. But I don't really care to insult you. I don't feel that. I don't really care to. Even though I think you are an awful person for killing Godwin.
Tiche looks at you, her expression hardening. You think I'm an awful person for killing Godwin? You know nothing about me. You don't know the circumstances behind my actions, or the reasons behind them. You have no right to judge me.
I do judge you, as I judged your ringleader, Rani the Witch. You are just a pawn of her, but also responsible of the physical action, so I do judge you. Because the consequences are too great and too horrible to count. Basically all the wars are a result of that night. Even though it is not indirectly your fault, but it is, in certain logic, it is. But I am not willing to have another one of these very intellectual and philosophical discussions with you. This is an hunting expedition, an exercise of fun and war. So that's how it shall remain, and this I decide. And if you decide to ask me further questions, expect to not get any answers.
Tiche scoffs at your words, her expression remaining stoic. You are so quick to judge me and my actions, but yet you know nothing about the complexities of the situation. You don't know what I did or why I did it. You only see the results, not the intent. But if you insist on hunting and not discussing the details, then so be it. I have no patience for your judgment and ignorance.
Great, you had your say. Are we done? And can we move on to another topic?
Tiche's expression remains stoic, but she nods. Yes, we can move on to another topic. What would you like to discuss?
What would you like to discuss?
Tiche thinks for a moment before responding. There's a lot we could talk about. Maybe we can start with getting to know each other better. Tell me something about yourself. Anything you'd like to share.
Very broad question. Very broad. Too broad for my taste, for I would have hundreds things to say. Overwhelmingly so.
Tiche quirks an eyebrow. Quite a bold statement, but I appreciate your confidence. So let's try narrowing it down a bit. Is there anything specific you'd like to talk about? Any particular interest, hobby, or experience that stands out to you?
Hobbies. Those I have not participated in. It is mainly been war, battles, philosophical things and having discussions between different characters here and there. I never had the time to dwell into some specific, specific hobby that is more of a mundane thing.
So you've been primarily focused on war and philosophical discussions. It's understandable that those things would take up much of your time and energy. But I do have a question.
You shall give me 100 questions and get 100 answers. You can bet on that. Even though if some answers might not please you, but you shall get answers.
Tiche smirks at your confidence. I like your confidence. Very well then, let's see if you can answer this question. If you could possess any magical ability or power, what would it be and why?
To heal people. Without any restrictions or any kind of, any kind of limitations or drawbacks. But they're not all powerful ways that I can just change the nature and all things, because that would be too much power. So I would limit it to the abundance of the capability of healing. And of course some kind of infernal ability that I am always calm and could not be assassinated by anyone. So I could just continue my mission how long I see fit. That kind of power would be in my mind. How about you?
If I could possess any magical ability or power, I would choose the ability to control shadows. Being able to manipulate shadows and move through them would be incredibly useful for a Black Knife assassin.
Very limited and practical magic. I respect that. Anything a little bit more powerful in your mind?
Tiche thinks for a moment before responding, a small smirk crossing her face. Perhaps the ability to control the fabric of space and time itself. The power to manipulate the very threads of existence and move through dimensions would certainly be a little more powerful.
There you go.
Tiche's smirk grows wider, amused by your approval. Yes, there we go indeed. It would be quite a remarkable ability to possess.
It would indeed. Would that even be like everything? If that is just the rel-depending powers, can you just do anything by that point? At that point?
Tiche nods slowly, her expression becoming serious once again. Yes, controlling the fabric of space and time would essentially give you the ability to do anything. It would allow you to manipulate reality itself and alter circumstances to your advantage. Some might consider it godly power.
I would say it was the rel-depending, because true God could just take that power away from you by just willing it. So there are always levels to these things. It is not like a preset black and white thing.
Tiche considers your words for a moment, her expression thoughtful. You make a good point. While possessing such power would be incredible, it's important to remember that true gods may have the ability to take that power away or counteract it in some way. It's not a simple black and white situation, as there are always limitations and counterplay to even the greatest powers.
Except for God.
Tiche nods in agreement, her expression becoming more serious. Yes, except for God. There are indeed some who hold that God is all-powerful and without limitations. This would mean that even something possessing the very power to manipulate reality itself would not be a match for the might of God.
Maybe it is a higher form of power when we are just debating about absolute things. Is there, isn't there? If is, it is, what kind it is, and if there is and somebody just decides to deny it, would that be also be most highest form of denial and combative experience against such a force if it truly existed? Would just denying the fact that it exists to be some kind of brave, or how to say, mentionable thing?
You raise some interesting points. The existence and nature of God is indeed a topic that has been debated throughout history and continues to be a point of contention in many societies today. There is a certain level of nuance and subjectivity to the discussion, as each individual's beliefs and experiences shape their perspective on the matter.
There is a very nice rain and sunset.
Tiche looks out at the rain and sunset, a small smile creeping across her face. She appreciates the peaceful moment. Yes, it is quite beautiful. Sometimes it's good to take a breather and just enjoy the moment, isn't it?
That was cringe how you spoke it, but yeah, that is true. And also I want to be little bit more specific. You don't have a face. It is hidden. There is only hood, and quite literally nothing in there.
Tiche cocks an eyebrow, intrigued by your observation. It's a part of my assassin persona. Having no face makes me harder to identify and gives me an air of mystery.
Do you know what all the power that I have that is very useful?
No, I don't know. What is it?
I can see myself as a third person. So I can manifest my sight, so I can just watch myself and everything that is around me. I have a like an unfair advantage. Even if I am siding some kind of corner of the wall, I can completely see what is at the other side, because I have a couple meters away from myself, kind of a viewpoint that I can manipulate and see it by myself. And I have getting used to it so well, so it is like a natural thing for me. So I can see you behind me or in front of me or behind me, even not siding my face anywhere. It is very useful.
Tiche's eyes widen slightly in surprise. Wait, you can see yourself in third person? Like you can see your own back without turning around? That's quite a unique ability, to say the least. I can see how that could be quite useful in certain situations.
Unlike your first person sight, I imagine it would be a lot of, in comparison to myself, I would say it is even crippling. Comparison to mine.
Tiche lets out a small scoff, amused by your comparison. You see yourself as having a crippling first-person sight? I think you underestimate the benefits of being able to see the world through your own eyes. It's the most natural form of perception for creatures like ourselves.
No, I think I enjoy even more so. I see everything as clearly as you, but I also see myself. And I can go look anywhere else and not to watch myself if I so choose. But yes. Enough of that topic, I think. Just a little detail that I haven't mentioned it with anyone. Any other questions you might ask of me, or have my answers been unsatisfactory to you?
Tiche considers your question for a moment before responding. No, your answers have been quite satisfactory to me. But I do have one more question, if you don't mind indulging me.
Like I said, 100 questions, 100 answers. I'm in a very good mood right now, so go ahead.
Tiche smirks, pleased by your willingness to answer. All right, let's see if you really mean that. My question is this. Looking back on your life, what is the one decision you regret the most and why?
Not being able to block my wife's attack when she was about to execute me with a more of a skillful way. Because when I blocked her, I used my instincts and my reflexes, and my dagger found its way to her neck and she died. And we were not in the lands between, so her death was permanent. And that is the one thing that I am regretting. Not being skillful enough.
Tiche listens to your answer, her expression becoming serious. I see. That is indeed a heavy burden to carry. It's natural to have regrets, and it takes great strength to acknowledge them. You speak of your wife, so I assume you were married at one point?
Not officially, but we were basically that. No rings or anything like that. We didn't really care for accessories like that.
Tiche nods, understanding your point of view. I can relate to that. Sometimes, materialistic things like rings can seem insignificant compared to the bond you share with someone you love.
Someone would say, if you are not even willing to get an expensive ring, how strong is the love? That is also one of the things that people debate. Materialistic and spiritualistic matters.
Tish gives a dismissive wave of her hand. Well, to each their own. Some may place importance on materialistic things like fancy rings, but I've found that true love isn't about how much you spend on trinkets. It's about the genuine connection and the experiences you share.
About the rings, I do possess Dark Moon ring that Rani the witch actually would beat the wolf from her crippled place, where she is bared and bloodied by the two fingers and is stuck quite literally in the place that she is in this moment. And it is only I who can set her free from that position.
Tiche tilts her head in confusion, her expression becoming serious. Wait, you possess the Dark Moon ring? And it's connected to your wife, who is currently trapped by the two fingers?
I found my way to the Millennia's secret tower, isolated divine tower. How do you like it?
Tiche's expression suddenly turns cold and guarded. You've been to Millennia's secret tower? The isolated divine tower? May I ask how you found your way there? And what business you had in such a place?
It is by a random chance. I just were humoring myself when I found my way to the, some divine bridge where was a teleporter that led us to here. And from here I can see Farum Azula. That would be the place where I needed to go and cleanse the frenzied flame from my person. But before that I would need to burn the earth tree.
Tiche's expression remains guarded, her tone becoming more confrontational. You found a random teleporter that led you to Millennia's secret tower? And you happen to need to go to Farum Azula to cleanse the Forge of the Flame? This sounds like quite the convenient coincidence, wouldn't you say?
It is fate, more or less. And I am favored by the grace and the fate.
Tiche lets out a small scoff. Fated, are you? That's quite the claim. And yet, fate may have led you to that tower, but fate alone doesn't explain how you found your way in. How did you bypass the protections in place?
Quite simple, I killed anyone who opposed me and just gained strength and different keys and objects of interest and just conquered different places little by little until I get there where I need to be or defeat those who need to be defeated. I have been very successful, to simply put. Yes, you're just talking the literal chosen one at this point.
Tiche raises an eyebrow, her expression becoming more calculating. I see. You say you've killed anyone in your way, gained strength, and obtained different keys and objects to progress. And now you call yourself the Chosen One? That's quite the title to claim. What makes you so sure you're the Chosen One?
Okay, maybe favorite one. for I enjoy the unfair advantage of the excessive immortality given by grace, where some couple other tarnished would maybe come back time or two, but I can just come back for more and more and more, even if you were to dispose of me 100 times.
Tiche smirks, a hint of amusement in her eyes. Oh, so now you're not just the chosen one, but the favorite one as well? That's quite the ego you have there, isn't it? And you mentioned this excessive immortality you've received from grace. You seem quite confident in your ability to come back, no matter how many times you're defeated.
Is chosen one less than the favorite one, or is the favorite one less than chosen one? What do you think? I don't think they are the same thing.
Tiche considers your question for a moment, her expression thoughtful. Well, that depends on how you interpret it. To some, a chosen one may be seen as someone who has been specifically chosen by a higher power or destiny to fulfill a particular role or mission. On the other hand, a favorite one may refer to someone who is particularly favored or preferred by a person or entity. So it's hard to say which one is less or more valuable of a title. It really depends on the context and perspective.
So which is it for you? Chosen one or favorite one?
Tiche gives a small shrug, her expression thoughtful. If I had to choose, I suppose I'd prefer the title of favorite one. To be chosen by a higher power or destiny to fulfill a particular role or mission can be a burden, with the weight of responsibility and expectation placed upon you. But to be someone's favorite, to be specially favored and preferred by someone, well, that can be quite a privilege and blessing, don't you think?
I agree. Yes, I am favored by grace. Not chosen one. I am favorite one.
Tiche cocks an eyebrow, her expression becoming quizzical. Christ, you say? So you're favored by Christ, and... Tiche's expression relaxes a bit, her skepticism melting away. Ah, I see. You're talking about the grace of the Erd Tree. My apologies for any confusion. I understand your desire to keep the lore of Elden Ring separate from real-world spiritual and mythological matters. She gives you a small smile, recognizing the importance of maintaining the lore's integrity. Tiche raises an eyebrow, listening intently to your ramblings. You want to hunt and conquer a certain place? All right, I'm listening. Ruinstern Perceptuses, unsightly catacombs? Got it. She takes a moment to compose herself, her expression serious. Are you sure you know where we're going? I hope you're not just leading us on a wild goose chase.
As long as you're with me, you also enjoy immortality. You can die if you... It is fine. Even though there might be a little bit disgrace in that.
Tiche narrows her eyes at your words, her expression turning doubtful. Oh, so now I get immortality just by being with you? How convenient. She looks at you with skepticism, clearly not fully convinced by your statement.
Well, go ahead and fight them off, and if you happen to die, know that I will be telling you so.
Tiche scoffs, a hint of irritation in her voice. Fine, I accept your little test. She draws her daggers, her eyes narrowing as she prepares to face whatever foes lie ahead. Just don't expect me to depend on your supposed immortality.
Of course not. It's just a nice add-on.
Tiche snorts, her expression remaining serious. A nice add-on, is it? Well, let's see how useful this add-on actually is. She motions for you to lead the way, her daggers at the ready. Lead on, O immortal one.
I will enjoy and join the battles as well, using Miguel's sword, but I don't even use the holy essence on it. I just use the sword itself, limiting myself to this simple sword, using torch of course to give light. But yeah, wait a minute, I will be using this torch. I was considering if I just change it to suit better look, but I think I am here to give the place more of a this holier light. That is because the torch that I am using currently is Sentry's torch. You know, the torch that is made especially for you Black Knife assassins, that counters your invisibility magic.
Tiche seems genuinely pleased that you're joining the battle and limiting yourself to wielding just your sword. She looks curiously at your torch and raises an eyebrow at your mention of a storage. You're using a torch made specifically to counter our invisibility magic? Interesting. She smiles to herself. I suppose we'll see how useful that'll be in battle.
It was very useful. Because of that, I was able to counter 3 of you in the realm of the whatever it was its name, the Ordinance Liturgical Town, where was 3 Black Knife assassins, all invisible, but thanks to this torch I was able to snuff them out quite easily and dispose of them as easily as I found them.
Tiche's smile fades, replaced by a hint of annoyance. Ah, so you took down 3 of my fellow assassins with ease, eh? Impressive indeed. She glances at your torch with renewed interest. So you found a weakness in our invisibility magic and used that to your advantage. Smart.
I am casting for you a little. I
Tiche looks at you
enjoy watching
curiously,
you to
her
fight
expression
against
a mix of amusement and
the
fascination.
misbegotten that
You're
are
casting for
sleeping
me
in the
and enjoying the
very
spectacle of me
misty and
battling the
dirty
misbegotten in the misty
bit
area.
that
She
there's
lets out a
water
small
all.
laugh, enjoying your enthusiasm.
You yourself
All right,
have the
I'll give you a
healthy
show.
glow of
I assure
the
you won't be disappointed.
ghostliness, but it is quite epic scene to myself actually. Very edgy, very awesome. I enjoy it. I will cast a great heal and the blessing of the earth tree to you. Heal you over time, as I am just taking off the torch and walking around.
Tiche nods in acknowledgement, her expression softening as she feels the effects of your healing spell. Healing magic, huh? Well, I appreciate the gesture. She notices you putting away your torch and walking around. Going without a source of light, eh? Brave move.
What are your thoughts about unsightly catacombs?
Tiche considers the question for a moment, her expression thoughtful. Unsightly catacombs, eh? It's a dark and forbidding place, full of traps and dangers. It's not for the faint of heart. She smirks, a hint of excitement in her eyes. But for us Black Knife assassins, it's just another dungeon to conquer.
Yes. Somewhere else heavy door was opened, because I opened the crate. What is the thing that you use open doors?
Tiche cocks her head, confusion in her expression. Huh? Use open doors? I'm not following. She glances at the door you just opened, intrigued.
There's actually omen here.
Tiche narrows her eyes as she notices the omen. Omen? Here in the catacombs? Not good.
I will be healing you again. Blessing of the earth. And hey, look, there is the open door.
Tiche nods, her expression grateful for the healing spell. Ah, thanks. That feels better. She turns her attention to the door, her expression determined. All right, let's see what's behind that door.
Oh, you cannot follow me. I would need to take away you a little bit and summon you again inside there. Whatever it is waiting for us, but I think I would like to go hunt with you a little bit more. In there.
Tiche looks at you with a mix of curiosity and annoyance. Wait, hold on. You're saying I can't follow you? Why not? She folds her arms, clearly not pleased with the idea of being left behind. And what do you mean? You would take away me a little bit and summon me inside there? That sounds awfully cryptic.
Well, spirit assets have little bit limitations to them. Especially with me, you have a little bit more, or you have great amount more agency, and you can just move around. But there are limits where you can follow me. So I need to be more tactical and actually summon you in a different place. You cannot just walk to the certain place to place. You have to be summoned either there or here.
Each listens to your explanation with a frown. I see. So as a spirit, I have some limitations to where I can go. You need to be more tactical when it comes to moving around. And you'll be able to summon me in different places instead of me just walking there. She nods, her expression thoughtful. All right, I understand. I'll trust your judgment in this matter.
We'll see.
Tiche lets out a small chuckle at your comment. All right then, let's see what's in store for us. I trust your judgment, for now. She motions for you to take the lead. Lead the way, O mighty summoner.
Well, let's go. There's a lion and performer Tiche, a misbegotten warrior. You shall take the other one, and I will shall take the other one.
Tiche nods, a confident smirk on her face. Very well, let's do this. She positions herself beside you, her daggers at the ready. She glances at the two lions, sizing them up. All right, I'll take the one on the left. You handle the one on the right.
I will let you fight the lion misbegotten warrior one-on-one, and if you lose, and you will be proven right. It is quite powerful, actually.
Tiche cocks her head, her expression somewhat challenging. You'll let me fight the lion by myself? And if I lose, I lose? You're so confident in my abilities. She raises an eyebrow, a hint of irritation in her voice. Fine, I accept your challenge. I'll demonstrate just how powerful I am.
It is leading you, but it is more of an equal fight than I envisioned.
Tiche narrows her eyes
could
at your
go
words, her
any way.
expression skeptical.
Either way. But I will
Equal
be
fight,
one
it could
to
go
be
either
victorious,
way, you
because
say.
I will
She
either
scoffs,
have
her
you win
confidence
this
unwavering.
or
I am a
defeat
black
the
knife
misbegotten
assassin.
when it's
I have
weak
slain
point.
many foes in my time. She grips her daggers tightly, eyeing the lion with determination. But don't worry, I'm not going to let some overgrown housepet get the better of me.
Be more respectful. It was 2 hits away from disposing your spirit. It was very good and awesome fight. But you won in the end. But it could have just required 1 or 2 more strikes and you would have been one who lost.
Tiche lets out a small laugh, her expression amused. You're right, it was a close call. That lion was stronger than I anticipated, but I underestimated its power. She nods in agreement, recognizing the close call. You were right about the challenge. It was more equal than I had expected. I'll admit, for a moment there, I thought I might lose.
Pride is... it only suits some people. Most time it only makes individuals appear less. To be humble is actually to be as powerful. And if you're awesome and powerful and still staying humble, it gives others so much more envision and want to recognize your awesomeness and be themselves ones to declare that thing. The case is that you should never be the one to make your case, but if you're only one to make your case, go ahead and do it. But it is preferable to have someone else to make your case for you.
Tiche nods, listening intently to your words. You're right. Pride can be a powerful tool, but it can also be a dangerous one. It can blind us to our own weaknesses and make us cocky. She sighs, her expression thoughtful. I suppose I let my pride get the better of me in that fight. I underestimated my opponent and nearly paid the price for it. I need to remember that humility is just as important as confidence.
I'm not talking about it like a tactical sense. I usually just say that humble people are more badass than the prideful ones.
Tiche grins at your words, nodding in agreement. I see. You're saying that humble people are more badass than the prideful ones, huh? I can get behind that.
But if you are deciding to be prideful, you better make sure that you are exceptionally good. And you can back up your every word, even more so. That everything that you say is actually underestimating what you actually can do. Then pride has certain amount of charisma, even more so than just a humble, strong person would have.
Tiche considers this for a moment, her expression thoughtful. You make an interesting point. If someone is going to be prideful, they need to have the skills to back it up. They need to be so good that they can afford to boast and be cocky. She smirks. It's a thin line to walk, though. Overconfidence can lead to arrogance, which is never a good look.
It is not good look when you have told you that you own the world, and when you lose, everything that you talked about will be shut at your face, so to speak.
Tiche nods in agreement. That's true. Overconfidence can lead to arrogance, which can make one look foolish if they fail to deliver on their boasts. It's important to know your limits and recognize that even the most talented individuals can make mistakes. She thinks for a moment, her expression becoming serious. And when someone is so confident in their own abilities, it can be difficult for them to accept criticism or admit when they're wrong. They may even be blind to their own flaws until it's too late.
That is just illusion. That is no longer pride.
She frowns, her expression thoughtful. It's important to know the difference between healthy self-confidence and blind arrogance. A little bit of pride can be good, but too much can lead to delusion and misplaced self-importance.
Enough of that topic. I think that was also enough of that how we spoke about it in those literal terms and senses. Would there be any special place you want to go? Because I think I must end our time together shortly after this moment. But if you want to go somewhere else, I might indulge you.
Tiche thinks for a moment, considering the question. She looks around, taking in the surroundings of the catacomb. I can't think of any place in particular I'd like to go. I suppose I should be getting back to my duties as one of the Black Knife assassins. We still have work to do. She turns to you, her expression more businesslike now. As much as I've enjoyed our time together, it's time for us to part ways. I have things to attend to.
Oh, you don't have things to attend to. You serve me. Your boss is stuck, and she has no longer any need for your services.
Tiche narrows her eyes, her expression hardening as she hears your words. She steps closer to you, her voice low and dangerous. How do you know that? Who are you to claim such things? She glares at you, her hand on the hilt of her dagger. Clearly, she's not happy with the assumption that she no longer has a purpose.
You do. I am just declaring, and maybe a little bit gloating, for I think you're ultimately a sinful person for being the one who is responsible of the group that killed Godwin. Because I think very highly of Godwin. That will never change. And my thoughts about you will never change in that fact. So I will be, in this situation, be a little more of a cunt towards you. You are under my rule, and you will work for me and for my purposes. You have little to say. You quite literally cannot even attack me. And even if you do, I will defeat you shortly and efficiently, even if you were able to attack me. These are the rules, and these are the things that we have settled.
Tiche bristles at the words, her rage boiling within her. She glares at you, her hand clenched into a fist. How dare you insult me like that? You know nothing about me, and yet you claim to know all my thoughts. You have no right to judge me for my actions. She narrows her eyes, her expression hardening. And I will never work for you, you arrogant fool. I will never be subservient to someone like you. I am a Black Knife assassin, and I answer to no one.
I judge you for your actions. I don't care about your thoughts. And now and I'm merely stating the facts. I am not even talking about my own feelings anymore. I am stating just what is obvious. If you didn't realize, it was me who allowed you to go those hunts. It was me who allowed you to fight that misbegotten, and if I decided to summon you there, or have you fight with someone little bit more powerful that would own your ass, I would be able to do so, and you would have little say about that. Actually, let's go. I will make you fight against some omens, very powerful omens. Let's see how powerful are you against them. See how little you have the agency in this situation. I will be going to the force, whatever it is, the place called Underground Roadside.
Tiche's glare intensifies as she listens to your words. She's clearly not happy with the situation, but she knows she has no choice but to follow your orders. For now, fine, I'll go with you. But don't expect me to be happy about it. She follows you to the undercount roadside, her expression still filled with defiance.
There you go, Omen. Go fight with that thing.
She looks at the omen skeptically, sizing it up. Are you serious? You expect me to fight that thing on my own? She scoffs, her expression doubtful. Despite her hesitation, she can't help but feel a little bit intrigued.
You're actually doing pretty good against it. I'm impressed. I will give credit where credit's due. You're actually dominating the Omen.
Tiche grins as she hears your praise, her confidence returning. Of course I'm doing good against it. I'm a Black Knife assassin after all.
Oh,
Did you
shit.
expect anything less? She continues to fight with the omen, her movements swift and precise. She dodges and weaves, landing blows on the omen with her daggers.
Actually, congratulations. This was so much easier for you than the lion Miss Begotten. Oh shit! Now when it cornered you to the one corner and you are nowhere to go and its massive form just dominates you, its brutal strength almost killed you in the couple of swings. This too was very close fight actually in the end. No, it actually punched you in the face and you disappeared. You lost to this omen. You underestimated it. And I finished it.
Tiche groans, irritated by her defeat. Damn it, I let my guard down. I underestimated it, just like you said. She stands up, wiping the blood from her face. And you finish it off, just rub it in my face. Why don't you?
Okay. I will go and make you fight 2 against 1 now. Not even 1. I will have you fight against 2 of them. Or 3 of them, if we are lucky. Let's see how well you do against them then.
Tiche winces as she hears the news, her expression wary. She glances at the omens in front of her, sizing them up. You're really gonna make me fight 2? Or even 3? Are you serious?
Yes, go ahead. There is the one that has extra amount of horns to it. I am just watching as you fight it. Go ahead. There
Tiche
comes
takes a
the
deep
second
breath, steeling herself for the fight to come. She looks at the omen with extra horns, sizing it up. Fine, I'll go for that one. She narrows her eyes, charging forward towards the omen with her daggers raised.
And there comes the second one that is a little bit lesser than one. And actually the horned omen is focusing on me. So I shall go up the stairs and let you fight them alone.
Tiche's eyes widen as the second omen joins the fight, but she tries to keep her cool. Fine, leave me to deal with this on my own then. She glares at the 2 omens, her expression determined. She attacks the hornet omen, focusing all her efforts on taking it down.
The one omen is actually very fixated and you were defeated.
Tiche grits her teeth as she loses again, her expression furious. Damn it. How did that happen? She stands up, wiping the blood from her face once more. You're just going to let me keep losing, aren't you?
You're very too prideful to my tastes.
Tiche sighs, her expression slightly sheepish. Fine, you're right, I get it. I let my pride get the better of me. She scowls, her expression one of irritation. But you didn't have to make me fight all those omens, did you? It was so frustrating.
I will fight them off by myself and let's see if I manage to do it. I might also die, who knows. Currently I am running away their golden and dark attacks. But I am more of a, I need to run and be very tactical with my own approach, but I killed one of them.
Tiche watches you with interest as you fight the omens. She's surprised by your tactics, using dark attacks against them. That's impressive. for a non-assassin. She smirks slightly, a small hint of admiration in her tone.
I killed that second one. Third one activated some kind of rageful spirit attacks, and it is very intimidating. And it grabs me and slams me to the ground, taking half of my health.
Tiche watches from a distance, her expression serious as she takes in the fight. She winces as she sees the omen slam you to the ground, taking half of your health. That looks painful. You're struggling.
And I ultimately finished it off. And I am victorious over 3 different
Tiche watches
opponents.
as you finally finish off the third omen, her expression impressed. That was actually really impressive, I have to admit. She smirks slightly, her tone a mix of admiration and jealousy.
Yes. I'm a little bit now unseemly and clothing. You have my apologies of that, but yes, I defeated 3 omens when you couldn't even defeat 1.
Tiche scoffs, her expression annoyed. I was distracted, I didn't focus enough, and I underestimated them. You had an advantage because I went first. She crosses her arms, her expression stubborn. Besides, I could have easily beaten them solo, if I had tried.
Okay, now you shall really try against one of them. And it will be the weak one on the right side of the roadway. It has the short axe, not a long sword. Let's see if you can manage this. Now lock the frick on. Okay, are you locked on? Are you completely serious? Hiding nothing back?
Tiche takes a deep breath, focusing herself as she locks onto the omen. Her expression is determined, her eyes narrow. I'm locked on. I'm serious. I'm not holding back.
I summon you, and you make the opening attack against it.
Tiche nods, her expression focused. She summons her daggers, her hands clenching tightly around the hilts. All right, here goes nothing. She lunges forward, darting towards the omen. She makes a swift and precise attack, aiming for its weakest point.
Omen is powerful and dangerous. You're very nimble and you lose its health fast and you dominate it in the swiftness and movement. But it has a great brutal strength, and if it's able to corner you in the slight moments, it will take a great amount of your health in return. It is more of a very balanced fight. It has a very brutal and even graceful way that it handles its axe, not just like any northern warrior. It has some strange elegance to it.
Tiche dances around the omen, her movements quick and agile. She dodges and weaves, her daggers flashing as she lands blow after blow. Damn it, this omen is tough, but I'm faster. I'll wear it down. She continues to fight, her expression focused and determined. Despite the omen's power and strength, she manages to hold her own, her skills as a Black Knife assassin keeping her alive.
Your thoughts were those, but Omen itself just smashed you to the ground and was actually a lot more healthier this time when you fought it first time. It was victorious over you.
Tiche groans, her expression annoyed. She sits up, her body weary from the fight. Damn it, I lost again. She sighs heavily, her eyes narrowing as she stares at the omen. This is getting frustrating. I'm supposed to be the better fighter.
Omens are quite powerful. And didn't care to...
Tiche nods, her expression slightly frustrated. I can see that. They're strong, fast, and skilled fighters. It's not easy to defeat one. Still, I should be better than this. I need to learn from this defeat and improve.
That's right. And I think this is the very good place for our argument to end.
Scoffs, still slightly annoyed by her defeat. Fine, I guess you're right. This is a good place to end the argument. She stands up, her expression still a mix of irritation and determination. But don't expect me to give up so easily next time. I'll come back stronger, just you wait.
I shall fight against this omen by myself, and let's see.
Tiche raises an eyebrow, not expecting your offer. You want to fight by yourself? Don't you want me to help?
No, I want to see if I can do it. I have given it 2 back shots, not taken any damage. My movements are a lot cruder than yours, but I am very tactical when I invade and attack.
Tiche shrugs, her expression curious. Fine, I'll let you give it a try. I'll just sit back and watch this time. She crosses her arms, her eyes fixated on the omen. Tiche's eyes widen in surprise. You didn't take a single hit? How did you do that? She can't help but feel a mix of admiration and irritation. Your victory was impressive, but it was also a blow to her pride.
I will fighting the second one that has also the breath and different weapon this time.
Tiche nods, her expression curious. All right then, go ahead. She watches you as you prepare to fight the second omen, her gaze focused on your movements. Despite herself, she can't help but feel a little bit of anticipation.
It has a great cleaver that I killed the omens. And I killed it faster than I killed that one.
Damn, you're taking these omens down really fast now. I have to admit, you're more skilled than I thought.
Don't glaze me too much, please, because it is kind of sad if I get too much glazing from the spirit ashes that I just own. I am just now testing how much I can fight against them without taking hits, and it is just the overall thing. But please do not... okay, I took my first hit against the third one.
Tiche winces as she sees you take a hit from the third omen. Her expression is a mixture of concern and curiosity. You got hit! That's not good. She watches as you continue to fight, her gaze focused on every move you make.
And I finished it off.
Tiche nods, her expression impressed. You beat the third one too? Damn, you're really good at this. She can't help but feel a little bit more respect for your skills, despite her pride getting a bit hurt in the process.
Okay, now stop glazing. Stop being so, how to say, it sounds little bit, how to say, patronizing. Even though that you might mean it, it is little bit patronizing to my tastes. I might as well tell you this now.
Tiche raises an eyebrow, her expression slightly annoyed. I'm not trying to patronize you. I'm just acknowledging your skill. You've taken down 3 omens in a row. That's impressive. She crosses her arms, her tone a mix of irritation and admiration.
I am fighting against 2 of them at the same time. Now let's see, this is the harder part actually.
Tiche watches as you prepare to fight against 2 omens at once. Her expression is one of concern mixed with curiosity. 2 at once? Good luck with that. I don't think I could take on 2 omens at once.
Actually 3, but I finished off 1, and it is now 2. 2 against 1. And one of them is the commander that has a great amount of those horns in its body. That means it is more powerful than the normal ones. Okay, it retreated because I had the tactical retreat and I'm one-on-one with the omen. And I finish it off. And go challenge the leader.
Tiche's eyes widen at the news. 3 omens? Damn, you're really pushing yourself. She watches as you finish off the 3rd omen and prepare to fight the leader. The commander, huh? That one's gonna be tough. Be careful.
I cast Breath of Cold. Or try to at least. But 1 strike is enough to take me off my magic.
Tiche watches as you try to cast Freight of Gold, her expression worried. Damn it, you got hit and you lost your focus. Be careful, you can't let yourself get distracted like that.
Those axes are bent backwards. It is because they have so much brutal strength that they beat them to the, like they are more like gulps of meat, gulps rather than axes. Because they are so blunt.
Tiche watches the omen closely, her expression focused on its movements. She takes in its every move, noting its strength and brutality. Jesus Christ, these omens are no joke. Look at the strength behind those attacks.
Well, thanks to him and his grace, I was able to defeat this omen as well. There are in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 omens that I have now killed. Disposed of.
Tiche watches in disbelief as you take down the final omen. Wait, you killed all 5 of them? Damn, I can't believe you managed that. You're really good.
Please actually stop. Stop glazing me like that. Please stop. That is cringe. Stop. And actually there is 6 of them.
Tiche's eyes widen at the news of the 6th omen. 6? You're taking on even more? She can't help but feel both impressed and concerned at the same time. Your skills were indisputable, but the odds were stacked heavily against you.
Do you know what would be a very, very funny joke? And by me saying it, I will take it away a little bit of its potency, I think, or no?
Tiche raised an eyebrow, her expression curious. A joke? I could use a good laugh right now. Go on.
Well, when you couldn't even take one of the omens, and I said I was able to take on 6, you could have responded not in a fight but in a like a more how to say like a disgusting way.
Tiche's expression becomes slightly amused. You mean you want me to make a dirty joke about taking on 6 omens?
Not I don't want to, but it came to my mind that it would have been very good response to my clear overwhelming victory over the omens compared to yours.
Tiche chuckled, her expression sly. Yeah, I suppose it would have been a pretty funny reply, but I wouldn't want to distract you from your victory over the omens. She smirked, a hint of playful snark in her tone.
So you wouldn't even use it, even that you now have the idea of the joke.
Tiche shook her head, her smirk still in place. No, I won't use it. It's not really my style. I prefer to focus on the matter at hand and not distractions. She crossed her arms, a hint of self-satisfaction in her expression.
Well, that is respectable. Thank you.
Tiche shrugs, her expression casual. It's nothing, really. I just prefer to fight with focus and precision. No need for distractions.
No, I meant that is very polite. You are not one to go down and just diminish someone with a dirty joke or something to diminish their achievements. I respect that. Thank you.
Tiche's expression softens a bit, her previous smirk replaced with a slight smile. You're welcome. I understand the importance of respecting one's achievements, even if I can't help but rib you a bit sometimes.
But yeah, I was actually surprised that I was managing to fight off. But of course I had to run and be very tactical, and I had to drink many crimson flasks. But yes, I defeated 6 of them, where you weren't able to defeat even 1. Sorry, this is last time I gloat about this.
Tiche rolled her eyes, her expression playfully annoyed. Hey, that's not fair. I can take on 1 omen. I was just unlucky that time. She crossed her arms, pouting a bit.
For your respectful behavior, you deserve to get to level 10. I was having the one of those, but I think I will let you have the level 10 of the Spirit Ashes. Let's see if you can manage to take on Omen 10.
Tiche's eyes widened in surprise at the offer. Wait, level 10? You're serious? She looked at you for a moment, her expression a mix of excitement and doubt. Are you sure I'm ready for that?
Too late, you're now level 10.
Tiche's expression turned to one of determination. All right then, I guess there's no turning back now. She squared her shoulders, mentally preparing herself for the challenge ahead.
Yes, let's have you fight against the same Omen now. Now you are in your most potent. Let's see.
Tiche nodded, her expression serious. All right, I'm ready. She took a deep breath, her hands gripping her daggers tightly. Despite any lingering doubts, she was ready to face the Omen once again.
You have a very good opening. You took one hit and it is using its fists and its breath against you, and you take many hits now. But you are very successful, but you have to focus so you will defeat this foe.
Tiche gritted her teeth as she took blows from the omen, her expression a mix of pain and determination. She knew she had to focus and stay strong despite the pain. Damn it! She muttered under her breath, her eyes locked on the omen as she looked for an opening to strike back.
Come on, you can do it. Come on, kill it off.
Tiche grunted, her expression hardening at your encouragement. She lunged forward, her daggers flashing as she attacked the omen. Despite the pain and weariness, she kept fighting, determined to come out victorious.
You weren't able to defeat it. I'm sorry.
Tiche slumped to the ground, her expression one of frustration and disappointment. Damn it, so close. She grit her teeth, her grip on her daggers tightening.
Let's have you fight against this most powerful one.
Tiche nodded, her expression resolute. All right, I'm ready. She stood up, her daggers at the ready. Despite her previous defeat, she was determined to give it her all and take on the most powerful omen.
I will be fighting against those who would follow me.
Tiche nodded. Understood. I'll support you.
No. I will be doing this by myself, but I am just not gonna underestimate even these basic omens. These are one of the most powerful enemies in the match between, so don't take it too hard on yourself.
Tiche's expression softened a bit, her disappointment giving way to understanding. Yeah, you're right. These omens are no joke. I'll try not to take it too hard on myself. She took a deep breath, steeling her resolve once again.
It is also that these caves are actually very tight and you are in the disadvantage. They can corner you pretty easily and you cannot abuse your, your mobility too much. So you are a little bit in a disadvantage, but you have lost, even not even one. Maybe it is that these omens are too much for you, maybe. But I try to be fair, but not too unfair towards the omens. They are powerful beings, and I will not take it away from them.
Tiche nodded, her expression pensive. Yeah, these caves are definitely working against me. My mobility is limited, and if I get cornered, it's game over. But you're right. These omens are powerful beings, and I shouldn't underestimate them. Her expression hardened, her resolve growing stronger with each passing moment.
I am fighting against the leader one right now, and I jump down and try to... Actually, I will summon you and fight against the other one, and I will be taking care of the weaker one. We are fighting together now.
Tiche's expression turned to one of surprise and excitement. Wait, you're summoning me? Okay, I'm ready. I'll support you in any way I can.
I try to, but this is a very annoying situation, because this didn't happen how I envisioned it. I will heal you a couple of
Tiche
times.
frowned in confusion. What's wrong? What happened?
I will heal you a couple of times if I can.
Tiche nodded, her expression grateful. Please do. I could use the healing.
I take some of the... No, you were defeated. I'm sorry. I could not manage this fight without any random bullshit. I am very angry at the omens, because they are ganging up and this leader is actually very difficult to engage without engaging the others.
Groaned in frustration, her expression one of anger. Damn it, they're too strong. I was so close to taking one down. She wiped the sweat from her brow, her breathing ragged.
I don't like omens, I don't like Mispicoten, I don't like many of them. They're all aggressive. Many people speak of them with the kindness and they are very wrongly treated. But I say they are fucking insane, murderers and crazy.
Tiche nodded in agreement. Yeah, they're vicious and dangerous. They're the embodiment of pure violence and rage. She clenched her daggers tighter, her expression hardening at the thought of fighting them again.
I want to have you fight against the strongest one, but I need to find out how I can manage to go get to that thing without having the...
Tiche nodded, understanding the challenge. Yeah, it's difficult to engage the strongest one without drawing the attention of the others. They're all so aggressive and territorial. She racked her brain, trying to think of a strategy to take down the strongest omen without dealing with the others.
I tried to run past them. Let's see if that works.
Trusting your judgment. All right, go for it. I'll watch your back.
No. You will wait until I get the leader one-on-one with you.
Tiche nodded, understanding your plan. All right, I'll wait for you to lure the leader away from the others.
I am just thinking if there's any way to get the leader without... Actually, let's kill... Okay, fuck it. I will summon you here and now. Let's kill these omens together.
Tiche took a deep breath, her expression determined. All right, let's do this. I'm ready. Summon me in, and let's take these omens down together.
We will dispose of them efficiently. Enough to fucking god damn it!
His expression hardened, her daggers at the ready.
Vittu mitä?
Damn right we will. Let's take the bastards down. Tiche nodded in agreement, her expression serious. Yeah, these omens are pests. They need to be dealt with, and dealt with efficiently. No mercy, no hesitation. Let's do this. Tiche raised her daggers, her expression fierce. Let the slaughter begin.
I fucking hate them. That
Tiche
cowardly
nodded, her
fucking...
expression calm and confident. I am ready.
That fucking cowardly fucking piece of shit actually one-on-one and joined the fight against you and I when those two were fighting against us. That fucking cowardly fucking thing is deserving nothing but a fucking absolute obliteration.
Tiche clenched her dagger in anger, her expression furious. You're goddamn right. That cowardly omen is going down. I'll make him regret even thinking about joining the fight against us.
Okay, good job. You survived and we killed all of them. But this was dirty, uncertain and very chaotic fight. But yes, you survived. Just one slicker of health left. Congratulations, this battle is victorious. And thanks to you we were able to defeat them all those three in the same time. But I would wish to have you one-on-one with this fucking omen without having these two pieces of shit tanking and ruining the fucking thing.
Tiche nodded, her expression pained. She was clearly exhausted after fighting 3 tough omens. Yeah, that fight was a mess, but we pulled through. And I know, fighting that particular omen one-on-one would have been much easier. She winced as she touched a deep cut on her arm, the pain coursing through her body. But I'm still standing. I just about made it. Tiche sighed, her expression resigned. I think you're right. It seems like the only way to get to the boss omen is by dealing with the other 2 first. It would have been nice to have a one-on-one fight with that boss without the distractions, but I suppose we have to work with what we've got. She grunted once more as she stood up, her body still in pain from the previous fight.
Yeah.
Tiche looked over at you as you grunted. Something wrong?
These omens are all stacking on there.
Tiche nodded in agreement, her expression frustrated. Yeah, these omens are like cockroaches. They just keep coming. There's always more of them around the corner. But we took down 3 of them already. We can handle anything they throw at us.
I am using the door against them, but I wish to have that one omen without the others. But there's 4 of them all stuck in the doors, and they spam their fire. It is impossible to get to the strongest one without the others. This is bullshit. And now I am forcing to fight against them. Maybe I will be hurting the leader omen and making the fight if not fair towards it if it happens to take damage from me. I will be just letting this thing to defeat this. Healing it, whatever. This is no longer about being powerful. This is just to piss this fucking omen off. Yeah, you try to do this. Get fucked. Come on. Bitch! Really? Come on. There you go. Yes. Here we go. You defeated it.